Thank you for joining our Do What You Like Fitness conversation series. We are talking with awesome humans that are inspiring others and changing the world. Today, we have with us Dr. Maria Santoro. She's a movement therapist, a licensed massage therapist with graduate studies in physical anthropology and movement science. She has traveled and studied all over the world, from Korea to Thailand and India, studying massage and yoga. Upon returning back to the United States, Maria resumed fitness trainer at Equinox, where she was chosen as one of the first mentors for Equinox's mentoring, continuing on to teach for the Equinox Training Institute. She has just about every certification in fitness and massage one can have. She's currently writing a chapter on massage therapy for an integrative medicine book. So please join us in welcoming Maria.
Hi.
Hey, Maria.
Hi, nice to see you both.
Thanks for
Thank you
coming
for
on
having
the show.
me. I've been watching some of your interviews and they're really good. And I made your garbanzo bean recipe last night.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Your
Awesome.
curried chickpeas.
Yay.
That's great. How'd it come out?
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, I think I didn't go back to the video, but I kind of just remembered in my head, but it was really good actually, because I always have these leftover garbanzo beans from the salad that I make. So I'm like, it was perfect.
All right.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yay.
Maria, we want to talk a little bit about massage today. You're like an incredible massage therapist. I mean, you've done work on me, so I can totally say that you're an incredible massage therapist. So can you just tell us a little bit about how you got into massage therapy? Also, you're an incredible fitness trainer too. Just tell us a little bit about your background, how you got into that.
So I was always interested in exercising and keeping fit. And at the time I was working at Bloomingdale's in their executive training program. And speaking of stress, which we can get to, but it put me over the edge. And I was a fine art major and I was doing textile design, and then got into their program, and I just did a 360 and decided I wanted to go back to school for health and fitness. So with that happening, at the same time, I started back to school at Hunter, doing pre-med studies. And at the same time, I was doing a fitness training program at Marymount College. And I completed that training and got certified. And I believe my first certification was ACE and ACSM, American College of Sports Medicine. And while it was all happening, I was just like getting certified, and I got this call to go overseas to Korea to be, this is a whole separate topic, but to be in a magic show. And so I was like, oh, well, what can I do while I'm there? So I went to Korea, and while I was there, I was in this magic show, and I was on the military base, and I got a job working in the health club there, which was for like, it was like the officers club. So it was like a high end, like fitness club. So I started working there as a trainer. And at the same time, I wanted to, get credits for like physical. I didn't know what path I was going to go when I went back, but I started interning in the hospital on the military base in orthopedics, so that I could get hours and just like not lose time with that while I was doing this crazy adventure, which was supposed to be 3 months and turned into 3 years.
Wow.
So that's how I got started. And my massage got started there because I was spending like 3 or 4 months in Thailand, and I was, traveling through, and I, went past this to get a massage at the Wat Pho Institute, and I just became so interested in it that I decided to do the course. And so I stayed and I did their course in Bangkok, and then went on to Koh Phangan, which I studied on the beach with this incredible woman that was really trained in medical Thai massage. And we did all these case studies, and I just, from there, my love of massage just started.
Wow.
So it kind of started with an Eastern background, and then kind of came back here, and I, do both, but, more of a Western approach.
But then you also studied yoga also, right? In India?
Yeah. So while I was, I had been to Asia before at that time. So I started with Iyengar and went to his studios there in Pune and was taking classes and doing a lot of training there. And so, but I couldn't complete my complete training with them because it was just time-wise, it was, you know, a longer program. So I came back to New York and finished with Ishta Yoga, which is a combination of Iyengar and Ayurvedic medicine. And so I got certified through Ishta Yoga. But I have a, you know, vast knowledge of Iyengar. But for me, I'm always a student of yoga. I feel like, you know, never a teacher. I feel like it's such an old tradition that I follow. Like, I always incorporate it in my workouts and in my you know, programs. But as far as teaching classes, I've never felt like I was, you know, a full yogi.
Well, I feel like with yoga, I mean, we're always learning, right?
Yeah.
It's always like going in with a beginner's mind. I feel like, you know, even if you do have a lot of knowledge of it, you're constantly learning and learning. And with your background and knowing about your studying of kinesiology, of human movement, I think you would make an absolutely incredible teacher. You know what I mean? You have so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I've taken a few fitness training from you too, as well.
Yeah, I taught some restorative yoga while I was on the military base, and I, you know, continued to do a little bit restorative classes here. But, you know, like I said, like I don't do a full, like, you know, yoga class in a yoga, you know, studio. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So how do you think, like, can you talk a little bit about how important massage therapy is in like reducing stress, improving sleep, pain management, that type, and like the population that you work with a lot, and how that helps with the pain management?
So a lot of these things overlap because there's very similar hormones that get released that apply to several of them, and I'll go through them separately. But as far as my population, it's pretty varied, but I started out working with a lot of athletes like marathon runners and doing a lot of medical massage at the finish line for the marathon, and working with athletes. And then my training background was mostly with you know, people who had who were challenged physically, or so, and a lot of older adults or seniors. So that came into a lot of it. So it kind of is I'm really all over the place, but I don't usually do like spa massage, although that's kind of where we all have to start, like right out of massage school. But of course I can do a relaxing massage, but pretty much, you know, my modalities are medical massage, sports massage, deep tissue, you know, myofascial release, working with all of these populations. And with that, like I got really involved with stroke and brain trauma. So a lot of my massage, after working with inpatient clients, when they got released, I went to their homes and started to do massage and movement techniques that would help them move better and relieve, you know, increase their flexibility and just reduce pain and whatever else, you know, was going on. So that's pretty much my population. And as you know, I was working down with all of you at and so seniors became a big part of my population through that. And then just through my clientele, you know, from my work, I mostly work on the Upper East Side. So, you know, pretty much it's scattered now, but mostly seniors and physically challenged.
So how often would you recommend, so like I feel like I need a massage twice a week, at least every week.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I
can
can't
use
get
one
it.
right now.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, it depends,
Yeah.
like, you know, what's going on, like, you know, with so for example, like with stress, you know, the body, you know, there's a couple ways that massage can help with stress. You know, release tension by reducing you know, the quality of the tissue. So you know, it relaxes the muscles, which, you know, also then turns to pain because the muscles can constrict around the nerves, causing pain. And so with stress, you know, there's something called a relaxation response that the body releases, which decreases your heart rate, decreases blood pressure. It will, regulate like rhythm. So it basically, it, releases these endorphins. And one thing I really want to talk about right now is, the power of touch, with COVID and everything, and how, we have so much stress and nobody was really getting, massage or even being touched, between, just even contact of anyone, so I think that with that, there's this hormone that I just love. It's called oxytocin, and it's released a lot in childbirth. It's used in childbirth a lot, and it's in breastfeeding, but it's like a feel-good hormone, and it's released through touch. So, what I found, like I have so many opinions about massage, but what I found during COVID, what I really was missing, because I get benefits of it too, because I'm touching people. And so without that touch, I was, and oxytocin stimulates a lot of other hormones. So it will decrease ACTH, which stimulates cortisol, which is a stress hormone. So it decreases that hormone. And also, so it also helps with serotonin, which we know helps with sleep, because that affects melatonin. So all these hormones are really related. But I just want to touch on oxytocin, because a lot of people have not heard of it. And and you probably did, because it's just such it's like a feel-good hormone. But that's one of the things that I feel is so important right now, is that, losing touch with people, no matter if it was from decreasing pain or, whether it was just for helping to sleep better, because so many people are having, problems with sleep right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, what happens with, the way that massage affects sleep or enhances sleep is that it releases serotonin, which comes from tryptophan, which we all know is like the turkey, tryptophan that makes us sleepy. So serotonin can be either it can be a happy hormone, but it could also be one that, like I said, it's a precursor for melatonin. So melatonin affects our circadian rhythms at night. So that's how massage affects sleep, because these hormones get released through touch. So it's really so fascinating to me, like the body, like how everything kind of crosses over, and
Right.
Between stress and creating that relaxation response, which just calms the nervous system basically.
And all of this works together also to strengthen the immune system.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So the immune system, what happens there is increased circulation improves tissue quality, and also pain is immunosuppressive. So if we're in pain, it affects our immune system a lot, because our immune system kind of shuts down, because we're fighting the pain and we're not fighting, other things going on in the body. But, with the immune system, the lymphatic system is really important, because it's circulating through the bloodstream, and just, there are studies that show that, it, stimulates lymphocytes, which have a big effect on the immune system. So, it's really important. And it also decreases, two cytokines in the body, which are, inflammatory responses or immune responses, like IL-4 and IL-10, which, these cytokines get released. And so massage helps to decrease those, and to strengthen the immune system by, producing healthy lymphocytes, and also decreasing cells like T cells that, are involved with, suppressing the immune system. So there's a lot of, things that happen with the immune system, but they all cross over, because if you have stress, if you have no sleep, all these things. So massage covers such a vast area of all of these, so.
And then the whole detoxification process.
Yeah,
right?
that's I love detoxification. I love lymphatic massage. And what happens with our body, we build up toxic waste that can be from fat or viruses, bacteria, allergens. And so what happens, our cells are surrounded by this interstitial fluid. And when that becomes when the lymph system becomes stagnant, toxins build up, so they get blocked. And so the way that massage helps is it pushes it through the lymphatic system into the bloodstream, and then gets filtered by the liver and the kidneys and flushes out. But there's a catch to that, because if you're not hydrated, and this is why, I always have this funny thing, but drink water. And I don't know if you might be too young for this, but on Saturday Night Live, they have this massage skin. It's always like, and it's this massage tub, but she's like, drink a lot of water. It's like, drink water. So I always laugh when I say it to people because I think of that, but it's really important before massage as well as after, because what happens with detoxification, if you push those toxins too fast, they build up and they get stuck, and they don't get released, and they just build up. So, and water gets removed, so you become dehydrated, and that's why people get headaches or nauseous, or they don't feel well after massage, because we're moving it too quickly, and also that people are not hydrated. So it's really important, like hydration is really important to to have before and after massage.
I was about to ask you about that. And I'm sure probably with your work with the senior population, as we know, working with seniors, they're always dehydrated.
Yes.
Always. They never want to drink enough water because, one, they don't want to have to get up and have to go to the bathroom or have an accident.
Right.
But trying to get them to drink. Teray and I are constantly drink. And some of them are now, but I'm sure you probably come across that working with them, doing massage therapy on them, and them not being properly hydrated.
Yeah. So with seniors, it depends on, the client's history, like what's going on medication wise and what they are. But yeah, you're right. A lot of them are dehydrated. But so with that said, like a lot of times, lymphatic massage is very like soft, and it's not, so that's like more of a detox, but you have to be careful with them because it can like lower their blood pressure, and they may already have low blood pressure, or it can, make them dizzy. So you have to be really present when they're getting off the table. And also you don't want them to get nauseous, because then they're, when people get nauseous, they think it's a side effect of the massage and not like something that's helping the body. So yeah, seniors are an interesting population because, sometimes you can't do deep tissue because they have osteoporosis, or deep tissue may be just too much for them. So with them, I like to do, a combination of just like Swedish and some myofascial and just release, like just relaxation massage in the body. And I do a lot of like range of motion stuff with them because they're so like, restricted in their joints. So I do a lot of like stretching and table. But, it depends. There's, as there's healthy seniors, and then there's different ranges of,
Right. Absolutely.
But you definitely need to know their history, because there's a lot of, contraindications, that can happen during, with massage. For the most part, I mean, massage is safe, but I wouldn't like do a complete lymphatic drainage on an older adult, because one, they're are always hydrated, and they're usually on a lot of meds. And so a lot of the meds get filtered through the liver and the kidney. So you don't want to like push too much because of that very reason. But yeah, so I think but that population is in such really need, especially right now with touch and with just moving, because they're not getting out and they're not really and the exercise definitely helps, but I feel like massage is it's just more passive, so they don't have to do, it doesn't require as much of their energy if they are like weak or
Right.
So
I feel like we all need the massage right now. I haven't had a massage. What has it been now? A year? It's been over a year. I'll be calling you, Maria, book an appointment.
Definitely.
Now I feel like it's, safer that we can do this, but I'm like, oh my God. So Teray brings this what's your toy that you bring?
My massage gun.
Yeah. Do you have a question or two to ask Maria about that massage gun?
That's an easy way I feel to get a quick massage. It's so funny. I remember
Perfect.
I reached out to you before I was gonna buy it to see if there was a legit thing or if it was worth it. And you did recommend it was okay. And I was shocked that I was thinking, you get a massage therapist, you're probably like, no to the machine. So what's your opinion on the massage gun?
Well, here's my thought of that. I mean, I like percussive therapy. I think that if you can't get a massage yourself, it's a great way to, you know, release on your own. And, you know, there's a lot of science behind percussive therapy. And, you know, what I really like it for is something called DOMS, which is delayed onset of muscle soreness. So I really like it, like after a really hard workout, or like if you're sore, I think it really like helps to release muscle soreness. But what it does, and one of the things that I really like is that it gets really deep, percussive therapy, because it uses like amplitude, frequency, and torque. And it hits something called the chromatin, which is like the nucleus of the cell. And so that's really important, like for pain, like it blocks like the pain signal to the brain in a way, so that it promotes relaxation, but it also helps like reduce the soreness. And also if there's a pain signal. So we have these like sensory receptors on a body called nociceptors, and they respond to painful stimuli. So they get released to the brain. So massage helps to decrease the nociceptors and what we call the gateway to pain. So it blocks the signal to the brain. So I like the percussive therapy for that reason too. But the one thing I don't like it for is when if you have a muscle strain or a tear, because it's just too much vibration and it can cause further injury to the muscle. So if you have like a hamstring pull, and people want to use it because like I want to like feel it feels good, I want to get in there, but I personally wouldn't recommend using it. But as a massage therapist, you know, I like it, you know, because it saves my hands and it gets really deep. Like I never use my elbows because I want to feel. So that's the other downside, because I want to feel what's going on in the muscles. So the gun does the same thing. So that's why I never use my elbows. But what I do with the gun is I usually feel first. And then if I, you know, because I can't get that deep. It's a, you know, it's pretty deep, the gun. It goes, you know, pretty deep. And I, you know, I'm just, you know, a person. It's not, I don't have the frequency of like the vibration of the gun, but so it does promote a really deep work, and it saves the massage therapist's hands a lot. So you know, I like it for a lot of reasons. And if you can't get massage, or you don't have access, or you're doing a hard workout and you just go home and use that, it's amazing.
All right, Trey, bring that thing to work tomorrow. I need it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I use it for you know, muscle recovery and things like that. So
Yeah.
you know, but speaking of massage guns, I had one other question. As a comparison, I know it's totally different. What I'm gonna say is not anything, probably nothing to do with massages. But to me, like the benefits that I would get from a massage, I feel like you can get it from what I'm about to mention, a couple of them, and I want to know how you compare them, right? So one is a massage, and then acupuncture.
Okay.
And then I forgot how you say the word. I'm not sure if it's hydrothermal, when you like the ice baths.
Oh, okay.
That kind of stuff. Like to me, like that's all muscle relieving type of things.
Right.
How do you?
So acupuncture. Let's start with acupuncture. So acupuncture works on the meridians in the body, and it moves chi or energy through the body. So shiatsu, which I'm trained in, works on the same exact meridians, but acupuncture gets much deeper. And I love like, you know, shiatsu will get to a certain point. It works on all, you know, we can work on the bladder, the kidneys, the same ones that acupuncture works on, but acupuncture goes so much deeper, and it really, really helps with pain and inflammation. So I recommend acupuncture a lot in combination with massage therapy. So I really like it. Ice baths, so they decrease inflammation, and you know, if you could tolerate it and you do it, it definitely helps with decreasing inflammation in the body. And you know, I like them. I don't like the what do they call the
Cryotherapy.
Cryotherapy. I don't like the ones where your head is out because a lot of blood goes to your head. I like the cryotherapy where you're enclosed in the whole box.
Okay.
Where you're not just enclosed in that, but because it can increase blood flow to the head and increase blood pressure. So I don't like that one. But I love hot and cold therapy with ice baths, and like doing the hot bath and then going into, because it's you know, it's
I like that too.
Yeah, because it brings a lot of blood to the body and it helps to heal the tissues.
Mhm.
And remind me what the third one was?
That was it. It
Oh, that was
was.
it. Okay.
Well, you know what? There is another one. What do you call it? With the like, I've been to therapy before. You know, like after a car accident, those electrodes they stick on you.
Oh, electrodes. Yeah, that's I use electrodes. I have electrodes. I'm trained to do them. That's really good if you have contractions or spasms and you have a really weak muscle, weak tight muscle, and you want to strengthen it. So I love electric stim for certain people and certain injuries for sure. I use it, and the other thing I use is cupping a lot just to bring blood, which is, another Asian kind of, well, really before Asia was, Greek and before that. But yeah, so cupping also brings a lot of blood into the area and helps to heal an injury or just, it's also lymphatic. You can use it for a lot of reasons.
That
Yeah,
I haven't tried.
You
I haven't
should try
tried
it. Well, I'll do it on you one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I was in China, I went to a massage parlor and they offered to do it, and I was like, "What is that? No."
Yeah.
But I trust you to do it.
You always know when someone's had cupping done. I do either be in yoga class, because everybody's in top, or the men, whatever, without a shirt, or walking down the street in the summer. You're like, they got cupping.
Yeah.
See, I don't want those bruises on my.
Well, here's the good thing. So the glass where you use the fire, they're the ones that cause the marks. Yeah, you have to light alcohol. And so I don't really use those because I'm afraid of people's hair going on fire. Like, and I work in spaces, so
I don't have that
use
problem.
these plastic. I use plastic ones that have like a gun that they don't leave marks. So
okay, cool. I'm coming.
But the glass ones are the traditional. I love them, but I would only do them in my if I'm in someone's space, I'm like a little freaked out by using the fire. I mean, it's pretty safe, but I'm always thinking like someone's hair is gonna go on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much for that relaxing.
Yeah. But it's amazing. It creates pressure in the cup, the heat. So, but the other one is like, it's just a gun that pumps. It's like a pump more. And then they have machines that do cupping, like that you could do that actually, get pretty deep with the pressure. So, yeah.
Well, we have 9 minutes left. Our little sign just came up. Okay. So Maria, I wanted to just mention, so you took a very interesting course in plant-based, or what was it, sacred plants?
Yeah, sacred plant medicine.
Yeah, can you tell us quickly about that? And then also about these herbal awesome lollipops that you made?
Yeah. So yes, I did this. I enrolled in this course in Vermont, and it was a sacred plant medicine with Sage Maurer. She's the herbalist who was teaching the course and incredibly knowledgeable. And it was on her land, and she has all of these plants and trees. It's beautiful. And we stayed in a yurt, and we'd go up for 1 weekend, like a month, and study. And we were studying the plants, and we would have to meditate with the plants. And it's just I did year 1, and we just got to, identify the plants, know the plant's properties, and, make teas, make tinctures. We learned like massage creams, aromatherapy. So many things that, come from the plants. And at the end of the course, we had to do a final project, and we had to, do it relating to some of the plants that we identified with or that kind of spoke to us. So I chose these 5 plants that I loved while I was there. And there were rose and hawthorn and violet, lavender, dandelion and sweet orange, damiana and blue lotus. I think I'm forgetting one, but it'll come. Anyway, so I did lollipops. I love lollipops. And sometimes, I'm not a big sugar person, but so I wanted to do a lollipop that was healthy. So they're honey based with organic raw cane sugar. So there's no corn syrup. And the sticks are biodegradable and they have seeds in them. So when you throw away the stick, you can grow the flower of the lollipop. So that was my
Wow.
line, and it was my company is called Flower Pop. And so that was my final project, and that was the birth of this. Like I brought it in, and we had to talk about like why we identified with these plants and or flowers, same plants or flowers, and what why they spoke to us. So, and from that, I gave them to somebody to try, and they sent them to a gentleman, David Roth, who owns this company called Wakaya, who does spices, and it's he has turmeric from Fiji and kava and ginger, and he also does sea salt. So he asked me to create. He loved the lollipop, and he loved the thought of the seeds in the stick, and he asked me to create a line that would go with these teas that is under another line under Wakaya called Little Stevens Underground Apothecary. So I came up with 3 different lollipops, and so they're ginger using his spices. So it's ginger, black pepper, coconut, turmeric, cacao, ginger, and then kava, cardamom, clove, vanilla, and cinnamon.
Yum.
So, yeah,
That
so
sounds
those are in the
really good.
process, but we couldn't do the seeds because those things really can't be grown here. Like you can't grow ginger, you can't grow turmeric. So I just created a whole, just the lollipops on regular sticks. And so we're just, an order was placed, and I'm in the process of completing that. And so it's almost done, the first part anyway. And we're just waiting for the packaging. And so it should launch within the next 2 weeks or so.
That's so exciting. So I guess maybe by the time we do this or this releases, we'll be able, maybe we can put the link up there if you want, where people can go and purchase
Definitely.
them. Yeah. And if there's anything else that you want to promote, is there a way that is there a site that people can go to if they want to book a massage, if you're taking new clients?
Yeah, I don't have a website because I just have never really needed it. I just been word of mouth, and but you could put my contact up if you want, my email or my phone number.
Okay.
Great. I am taking everything changed with COVID, so I was really busy all the time, but things changed. So yeah, I am taking new clients, and we're just trying to work through this right now and get back to full
Yes.
schedule.
People want to call you up and book an appointment or buy some lollipops, herbal lollipops, they can do that.
Yeah,
sure.
thank you.
I'm definitely gonna try some.
Yeah, I'll drop some off to you guys when I come when I come down. Whenever that opens up. But
it should be opening up soon. I'll be calling you very soon.
Oh yeah.
But thank you both. This is really great to do, and it also gives me like because I'm doing this chapter on massage therapy, so it's given me a little bit of many ideas for the chapter to that I'm forgetting maybe to put in there. So this has been a good like refresher.
Oh, it's
Great.
Thank you so much for doing it. I always say, anytime someone's like, oh, I need a massage, or do you know someone? I'm like, I can refer you to the best person ever. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Of
And
course,
thank you
I've
for
known
all
you
the referrals like over the years. You've been
I've known you. We've been friends for a really long time, almost like 19
Yes.
years. It's crazy.
I know.
But you are really fantastic at what you do. And I always tell people that, that if you want a really fantastic massage or fitness training, now lollipops.
Well, no relation, but
I know.
I guess
they
they
come
make
get a
people
massage,
happy.
they get a lollipop. No, just kidding.
So yeah. But
Well,
thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Good night. We'll see you soon.
Bye bye.